Hi guys, the JazzieNerd here, and welcome back to another episode of the Sunday Snippet. I don't know if you can hear it, but it is raining outside, so I'm sorry about that. At least it's better than what was going on in the house earlier, which was Mom was dancing around the kitchen, singing The Lion Sleeps Tonight extremely off-key. Oh well. Anyway, I can't be particularly upset about that because it's Easter! Without a doubt, the greatest day of the year. I can't be upset on Easter no matter how hard I try. I get this feeling of hope when I leave church, and it just stays all day. Anyway, hopefully everyone here knows what Easter is a celebration of, but since I did encounter someone once who didn't, I'll explain. Fortunately, the 3 Easter lead-up Sunday snippets I've been making make my job a little bit easier in this regard, because I've been talking about Jesus' death and resurrection for the last 3 weeks. Easter is the celebration of his resurrection, which is why it's such a wonderful day. Anyway, so after he rose from the dead, he made several appearances to his followers, several times to various members of the original 12, to Mary Magdalene, and to a couple of other random guys. It's the appearance to Mary Magdalene that I want to talk about for our Easter snippet today. If you think of the Bible as simply a particularly bizarre novel, or, as some people do, a gigantic hoax, then having Mary Magdalene be the first witness at the empty tomb, which she is in 2 out of 4 Gospels, makes no sense. And here's why. First, she's a woman. And from what I've heard from multiple pastors, as a woman, her testimony regarding the fact that the body is no longer in the tomb would have been completely inadmissible in a Jewish court of law in that day and age. Second, not only was she a woman, she was not exactly the most upstanding of citizens. I've heard in some versions she's a prostitute, in some versions she's a general sinner. Basically, was not a person known for following God's commandments to the letter. So, another blow to her credibility. Third, and this is probably the big one, earlier in the story, she was demon-possessed. Jesus casts the demon out of her, as he did with several other people, but people could easily write off what she'd seen, 2 angels and a very much still alive Jesus Christ, as a lingering hallucination from that whole ordeal. So, why the heck would she be the first? The doorbell just rang. Crap. Anyway, why the heck would she be the first? You can hear the dogs going crazy downstairs, I'm sure. Anyway, why the heck would she be the first witness at the tomb? Well, if the Bible is a load of hoo-ha, and fiction, and poppycock, and BS, as so many people say. I had a classmate in middle school who was insistent that the people who wrote the Bible just made it up one day. Anyway, if that's the case, writing her into that role makes no sense, because it puts a huge damper on the writer's credibility. Trust me, I'm a writer. I know how to craft a believable story, and that's not it. But if this is all real, then, well, Mary Magdalene really was the first witness at the tomb, and you're stuck with her in that role, even if she's not a particularly credible witness. But if it is real, then why the heck did God pick her? And I can answer that too. He picked her to be the first witness, for the same reason Jesus was born in a freaking manger. Faith. Faith. If Jesus was born in a palace And if the first witness at the empty tomb was a much more upstanding citizen who could have, taken it to court, then this story would be a whole lot easier to believe. But the point of it is not that it would be easy to believe. The point of the story is not that it makes sense up here. God's not after your mind. He's after your heart. So he picks the unlikeliest of people because he's not looking to write a credible story. He's not looking to write a credible story. He's looking to write something that you have to have a lot of faith to believe in. If you enjoyed this episode in any capacity, head over to my YouTube channel, the JazzieNerd. Check out my other videos. If you enjoyed those, hit the subscribe button because it is a big help. Screwing up my own outro. I will see you guys back here, same time, same place, next week, for another episode of the Sunday Snippet, as well as hopefully some vlogs this week. Excuse me. Wow, I have the hiccups. How many more things can go wrong in this video? Until then, stay jazzy.